It's no secret that crossovers are now being sold like hotcakes, and if he also has an electric power plant, consider it a complete victory.
BMW has been very successful in this matter and is already offering on the market a full-fledged replacement for its BMW X sales hit, and it has become the electric flagship BMW X.
The Germans even managed to present the top-end version of the BMW XM crossover, although at the moment it is not completely clear whether the model will have a full-fledged M version and if BMW had no plans to develop such a modification, as hinted by the Index 60. Today's news may prompt BMW to reconsider its views on this issue.
Why this long introductory serenade? The thing is that the electric crossover market is just beginning to gain momentum, and in the future it will be a real gold mine for manufacturers for which a big fight will break out, and Mercedes will certainly not miss its chance.
Recently, the guys from Stuttgart have been focused on liftbacks, and they haven't really offered a normal electric crossover on the market except for the not very successful Mercedes X.
Now the situation will change. Mercedes has officially announced that this year they will present an electric crossover XUV, which will fight for a buyer with BMW X. Externally, the electric crossover will have a teardrop-shaped design, which means that Mercedes continues to rely on aerodynamics.
Such a design may not appeal to everyone, but it is a necessity, not a designer's hiccups. At least Mercedes assures us of this. The interior of the crossover promises to be much more interesting than the exterior. The XUV will have at its disposal exactly the same hyperscreen as in the flagship X.
Although this is the prerogative of more luxurious modifications, since in the database the novelty will receive the architecture of displays as in the latest S-Class. And what about power plants? They will be completely identical to those used in the E-Liftback. In the base, the crossover will be equipped with rear-wheel drive and one electric motor with a capacity of 292 horsepower and 530 newtons of torque. Who will not be able to order a modification of the E43 with a twin-engine power plant and all-wheel drive with a capacity of 476 horsepower and 858 newton-meters? For the most avid enthusiasts, the Germans will offer a 53 modification with two motors and an advanced all-wheel drive system with a capacity of 625 horsepower and 950 newtons of torque, but this is not the limit.
If you order an optional AM dynamic drive package, the electric car will learn to briefly increase power to a level of 687 forces and 1000 newton of torque, which is very, very good.
According to the assurances of sources inside the company who wish to keep their name secret, the top option will exchange the first 100 in 3.5 seconds. For reference, the top-end BMW XM copes with this task in 3.8 seconds, but Mercedes is also planning to release 63 modifications. In other words, BMW needs a full-fledged modification of the X from the M division. In general, friends, we are waiting for a new stage in the confrontation between the two giants, and it will be no less interesting than the confrontation between BMW X and Mercedes-Benz. If you liked the video, you can always support me with a subscription or a like. Thank you and see you tomorrow.